Hello YouTube and welcome to my audio soundtrack review of the Patrick Troughton story, The Macra Terror. Now, I have already done a review of this, but I used a reconstruction cover as like a supposed DVD, but I watched it a few hours ago and I realised it was a really crap review because I didn't really give much detail at all. So I decided to do it again, and my opinions of this story have actually changed since that review because I listened to it last night and I actually thoroughly enjoyed the story. It's not the best, but it's definitely not the worst. It's nowhere near as crap as The Web Planet or, I don't know, any other crap stories that are out there. So basically the story is about when the Doctor, Jamie, Polly and Ben arrive on Earth in the far future, and they arrive on like this colony, and the controller is been brainwashed by the Macra, because first it seems like a friendly place, like a friendly holiday camp, as the blurb on the, I think it says it on the blurb on the back, which I'll read later. But and then the controller is because the surface is contaminated, which helps the Macra survive, but it is fatal to humans. So, and sometimes the humans see some Macra about, and the controller has been brainwashing the humans that the Macra don't exist. But and one of the episodes, I think the Macra brainwashed Ben, and now he believes that they don't exist, when Polly was with Ben at the time, not long after Ben has been brainwashed, and they're being surrounded by Macra, and not long after that, I think it's because it's like episode 3 or episode 2, like the end of episode 2 or 3, and I think the controller or one of the members of the colony asked what happened, and Ben is confused as to what happened because he is trying to believe that the Macra don't exist, even though he saw them with his own eyes, and Polly's trying to persuade him that he saw the Macra because he protected Polly from the Macra, and one of the members is questioning, like, did you protect the prisoner from the Macra? And he said, well, he's sort of confused because he can't remember if there were any Macra because he's been brainwashed by the Macra, so that he doesn't believe that they exist. And so yeah, it's Ben, Polly and Jamie in the story, and as well as the Doctor, and like all performances are as very good as usual. I'm not the biggest fan of Ben and Polly, but they are good, I suppose, because they first appeared in the War Machines, and this is the 7th story of season 4. Because previously, the previous episode, story, was the Moon Base, I think, and then after the story was the Faceless Ones, and of course after that was Evil of the Daleks. And so this is a pretty good story, because the first time I listened to it, I was kind of probably either tired or in a bad mood, and I didn't think much of it back then. But after re-listening to it last night, I was really enjoyed the story. I think because the first time I listened to it, I didn't actually finish listening to it, So I decided that I was going to complete the story last night, and I did. And because some people find like the audio soundtracks a bit difficult to get into, I'm perfectly fine with them. If I'm perfectly honest, I think they're really enjoyable, and yeah, they are great. They're great fun, and it's like a great way to relax and listen to these stories. Because this story is part of the 4th Lost TV episodes, which I can see over there, but I can't really be bothered going to get it. Because some of you may know, I'm really ecstatic about that set. It's a great set. It's 35 quid at the moment, which is great value compared to some of the other box sets, which are like 60 odd quid. But if you're planning on getting some audios, buy the box set. It's really recommended that you do, because there are some great stories in there. Anyway, back to the Macra Terror. As for the Macra themselves, they are really quite good, actually. I'm quite interested to see what the televised version of this story would be like, because, you know, I've been talking about the supposed 90 episodes that have been found. Hope that the Macra Terror is part of the 90, because it will look quite good on the shelf, because hopefully most of those stories are Patrick Troughton's, so your Patrick Troughton collection will be extended, and because basically the whole of season 4 has been like lost until I don't know when these 90 episodes was found. Hold on a minute, I just got to shut the door because I think the wind is blowing everywhere. There we go. So let's take a look at the cover of this audio. We've got the Paul McGann Doctor Who logo. We've got the Macra. We've got, I think it's a controller there. I'm not too sure who that person is, because obviously I haven't seen it. There's no surviving episodes for you to know who the characters or what they look like. Got Patrick Troughton playing his recorder, because he plays the recorder at the end of episode 4 when they're celebrating the defeat of the Macra. We've got Ben and Polly. Now I'm not too sure why Jamie isn't on this cover. Mainly because I think it's because there was no room to put him on. Maybe they could have put him just like above there or something, but I don't know. We've got this fiery sort of background, or it might be just red, I'm not sure. Got a claw from one of the Macra in one of the episodes, the original BBC television soundtrack. The side is just black with the thing on it, and like all Lost TV episodes cases, it's got the cover on the back, which is the same, and Doctor Who the Macra Terror. And I've basically just given you the blur, but if you want to pause it, because I can't be bothered to read all of that, so I'll just leave it there for a second. And yep, there we go. And inside we've got the disc, well, the first disc, the booklet, which is like sort of the front cover, and if you just flick that open, got the second disc and advertisements for the Serpent Crest, which is like 4th Doctor audio series. Yeah, so overall I'd probably rate this story a 7 out of 10. It's a good story, not the best Patrick Troughton, because I wouldn't say it was one of his best, because there are a lot better stories than this in Patrick Troughton's era, but it's still a good audio, and I recommend you watch it if you like the Macra as a monster. I mean, when I say watch, I mean listen. So yeah, this pretty much concludes I think it's my 3rd audio review. So yeah, join me next time for, I don't know what will be next, but I hope this review was better than the first, so you could probably call it a special edition review. So yeah, okay, thank you for watching, comment, rate and subscribe, and goodbye.